All right, guys, C-Serpents exotic snakes. We're back quick. Went ahead and did a couple more little tub cleanings. And we got little Flea here, my Arctic superconda. So I gave him dry paper towels and fresh water. I am going to get a fourth rack. Actually, this is Monday the 17th of February 2025. So Saturday the 22nd. So in like 4 days or 5 days, whatever, I'm going to be getting another 3-bin rack. I've got it on hold now at Pinellas County Reptiles. And the thing is with these little tubs that I have some of these snakes in, this guy will be getting upgraded to one of these 28 quart tub when I get that extra rack. And he'll get his own tub. And Ink, my Mexican Black, who's in here with Crimson, she'll get her own tub. And but the thing is with some of these tubs, the heat on the back, it kind of condenses the water. So, you know, when you're trying to keep these snakes warm in smaller tubs in a tub, then it condenses. And of course, that's great for humidity, but it also dampens everything down. And then these guys are miserable. You know that the paper towels are wet when they're hanging out on top of their water bowl here, trying to keep off the paper towels. You know, unless they've soiled, obviously, but you know, other than that, you know it's wet. If you can't tell, most times I can tell just by looking. I'm like, yeah, okay. Sometimes you can't. It looks dry until you open the lid and touch it, you know, whatever, and realize that it is damp or whatever, and that's the reason why the snake's trying to stay dry. But again, I've got one on hold, so I'll be getting that this coming Saturday, and then that'll upgrade a couple of these guys and make more room, basically. And that'll be the last rack that I'll get. And that's going to be your, you know, C-Serpents, 28 quart tubs, see-through, 3-bin, you know, rack. So like I say, I'll get a fourth one, and that'll give me 4 in this corner. And that'll pretty much do it. So, but for now, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do a little handling session with this guy because I didn't feed him earlier. I noticed the light's not the best. So, but I am going to do a little quick deal with this guy here for a little bit here. I'm just going to chill out and relax. And so like I say, I'm going to give him a little time out of his tub. And you see right now he's being pretty calm, pretty chill, just sort of, you know. Zoom in. Okay. There we go. Get a nice close look at him. And this guy did shed out, what, a week and a half ago? So he's looking good. Still looking crisp. You see that white? That's that Arctic around all his neck flags and his head pattern and all that. And then along the sides, he's got that white running all along. See that? Pretty much almost a jet black belly. But again, all that white is also your Arctic coming through. And actually where he's got his head up, you can see a little bit of yellow up underneath. This guy is so cool. And I said it before, Lucy is my Arctic het leucistic. And these two, her and this guy here, are unrelated. They're from separate clutches. So in the future, I can actually pair these guys up. As well as a little Charlie Murphy I just got from Jermaine. I can pair him up with Lucy as well, or I could pair him up with Clementine, or even Christine. this guy, the same thing. I could always pair him up with Clementine, my female albino, or even Christine. She's my red 50-50, 50% albino, 50% leucistic. So there's quite a few possibilities now that I'm getting several of these different morph in hets in some of these snakes now, these hognoses, and like I say, most of them I've gotten from Jermaine, shovel-nosed hogs. So he's basically my go-to for hognoses. And he's only about a hour and a half south of me. An hour on a good day. If I leave early in the morning on a weekend day, I mean, I can meet up with him within an hour south of where I'm at, literally. You know, when traffic's pretty light and whatnot. And, you know, of course I'm doing, you know, the Interstate 75. I'm pushing 80, but, you know, either way, he's literally a stone's throw away. So yeah, I don't mind jumping in the car and heading south to meet up with him. Matter of fact, I've got another girl already set. It's one of his triple hats. They hatched out about, I believe, 5 months ago. And that's number 4. He's only got a couple babies left now. He's gotten most of them sold. So, and I was surprised that that female was still on Morph Market and that he still had her. We actually worked out a deal a few days back. So I'm going to be getting her in March here in a couple of weeks. I'm going to obviously meet him and pick her up. And she would actually be a good, with this guy here as well, a good pair up in the future. Or Charlie Murphy as well. Because again, that's an unrelated clutch as well. Yeah, this dude's being extremely, normally he's flared up and hissing and doing all kinds of, you know, flighty actions here. But yeah, he's just sort of sitting here, just not really. I know he hates my guts, so I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, this dude is the most defensive of all my hogs. Charlie Murphy's a close second. Charlie Murphy, I've just had him maybe, what, a month now, 5 weeks, so. But yeah, this dude hates everything about being near me or me picking him up, even for, I can tell he appreciates, like I was just saying earlier, I can tell that he does appreciate when I do take him out and then put him back in a few minutes later on a normal basis, and he's got nice, dry, clean paper towels again. I can tell that he actually appreciates that. You know, snakes, a lot of people don't think snakes really, what do you call it, think or have feelings or whatever, but I mean, they do, you know, to an extent. And I can tell by his actions that, you know, like I say, I can tell when he's miserable, when everything's wet or soiled. And I clean it all out, put him back in, and then he curls up or whatever, and I can tell he's like, thank God, you know. So, and most times, you know, I'll check before I leave for work. And then first thing when I get back home, I'll check again on everybody. And just to see. But like I said, other than that, and I'm surprised at how calm he actually is right now. And I'm going to hold him probably for, you know, a good half hour or whatever, but I'm getting ready to close this video down. But yeah, otherwise, this guy wants nothing to do with me. Most of my other hogs, I can pull them out, handle them, and whatever, and they're actually fine. Like I said, this guy is just, you know, capital A attitude 90% of the time, so. All right, so we'll go ahead and shut this one down here with this little dude. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and continue to socialize with him a bit. So just wanted to give him a little look-see, and, you know, since I had him out. All right, guys. We'll end this one for now. All right, guys, take care.